Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and honor and glory be to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rucha Kudash. And I want to say double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and blessings to the hopeful elect, out there listening and learning and teaching this word in all sincerity and truth, in the hopes that we may edify and feed the lambs of Yahweh Shai, especially in these last days. And pretty much in this lesson, what I wanted to go into is a couple of articles, pretty much detailing the fuckery of Esau, or the way in which he's destroying everything that's around us, everything that's inside of us. And when I say inside of us, you're going to understand exactly what I mean when we go into this article here, because as you can see it from the Daily Mail online, right, this article was put up the 27th of December, which there's been other articles speaking on the same thing that have been put out way before this, but this is one that I actually really want to focus on right here. Okay, and it says scientists issue urgent warning about drinking tea. All right, as they discover a single tea bag can release billions of dangerous microplastics into your body. So these microplastics that are being released into your body, are very, very dangerous, and you're gonna find out why. Microplastics. You type in microplastics. Harmful effects. All right, let's just go into some of the things that are being touched on here in regards to microplastics. This is although the variety of microplastics and the difficulty of estimating accumulation in human tissues make it challenging to pin down risks. Findings in models show inflammation, cell death, lung and liver effects, changes in the gut microbiome, and altered lipid and hormone metabolism. What are the dangers of it? Regarding the effects on the respiratory system, microplastics can cause oxidative stress in the airways and lungs when inhaled, leading to respiratory symptoms such as coughing, sneezing, and shortness of breath due to inflammation and damage, as well as fatigue and dizziness due to a low blood oxygen concentration. So we're being destroyed, man. And this is not just in tea bags that you find these things, and this is just microplastics, man. All right, imagine all the other chemicals that the heavy metals and mercury and forever chemicals that are being used to form your non-stick frying pans, or your what else was I gonna say? Your non-stick frying pans and your waterproof coats. And that was engineered by the DuPont family, which is another family of the elites of the nation of Esau Edom, and they came up with this whole DuPont or Teflon, non-stick frying pans, where you might find it more convenient to cook with something that's non-stick, but at the same time it comes at a price, and the price is that it's going to release forever chemicals into your food. And what do you do with that food? You eat that food, now the forever chemicals are in you, and now all of a sudden forever chemicals are like 99% plus of people on the face of the earth. All right, so this is definitely something that we got to speak about, because you should go ask the question, well, who's responsible for this? All right, and the one who's responsible for it, right, is the nation of Esau Edom. Okay, and the Lord is against them. All right, I'm gonna get a precept to prove that. Okay, this is Jeremiah 51 and 25. It says, "Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain." So Esau, everywhere he goes, and that links up with Habakkuk 2. Let me hold that Habakkuk 2 as well. Esau, everywhere he goes, he destroys. He doesn't bring peace. Remember, the scriptures speak about him taking peace from the earth, not bringing peace. All right, Yahweh Shai, one of his titles, who the world, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. One of his titles is the Prince of Peace. Esau is opposing that. Okay. It says, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord Yahweh, which destroyeth all the earth. Right? So Esau, he destroys the whole earth, man. Right? So he's got to get taken out because he's destroying the earth. Like, that's why the scripture says that if it, for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened, which we're going to get that, Lord willing. Was that Matthew 22? I know it's Matthew 22. No, sorry, 24. 24 and 22. Yeah. Right, this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, man. Alright, so for the elect's sake. And we hope that this is the year. Here it is, we're in 2nd of January now, 2025, so-called. Alright, where, in about, 18 days, I think Trump's going to have his inauguration. Alright, officially becoming the president of the US, which he's been the president before, but he's going to be a president again for another term and that and whatever. And we hope that this is where everything gets set off, because and we're speaking about it with the brothers yesterday. Like we want to get the fuck up out of here, man. We're being destroyed, man. Every day that we wake up, every day we breathe air. Everything that's around us has been weaponized to keep us in a state of oppression. All right, and this isn't us exaggerating. This is us critically thinking and examining our situation. We're actually like, we need help. We need Yahweh Shai. So this whole drinking tea in the UK, over here in the UK, they're known for drinking tea and that, which, a spot of tea. They're known for drinking tea. Tea and biscuits. Tetless. They got the adverts at Tetless, your PG tips. They're known for drinking tea. So a lot of you tea drinkers over here in the UK, you got these, you might be thinking, oh yeah, that tea was lovely, but you're getting billions of dangerous microplastics into your body. Now what we're saying, right, is that we want to see the end of forms of oppression just like this, where even the tea that's being advertised, that's being sold in supermarkets and that whatever, that's all polluted, and it's polluting the inside of your bodies. And I'm going to show you exactly how. All right, because there was this Chinese scientist, right? So this is from the weather.com, right? Chinese scientists, and this was put up 3 days ago, suggest that microplastics could be leaving lesions in our organs, causing health issues, man. Right? So these microplastics that you're drinking down and you're breathing in or whatever, they could be leaving lesions in our body. And I don't even say they could be. These researchers have shown that this is what's actually going on here. And listen to this. This is from the brain to the testicles. Right? There's practically no nook and cranny of the human body that microplastics haven't snuck into. Look at that. And that's why I brought that scripture out. The days should be shortened, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, man. Because this devil, you leave it up to him. He'll destroy everyone, including himself. So there's no nook or cranny of the human body that microplastics haven't snuck into, man. Right? It says, while alarming, scientists haven't been able to fully guess the potential impact of these alien particles in our body because of this being a more recent problem in the full scope of health problems humans face. However, and that's not even including cancer. That's not including the V's that people took. You know what I mean by the V's, the jump shot. That's not including these pandemics. The C19, and then you got the bird flu that's making its doing the rounds at the moment. You got all these things, that are happening on the face of the earth, and we got to be at the end, okay? Because everything's being destroyed right now. All right. It says, however, and this is all Esau. Esau. Remember, in fact, let's get a scripture. Let's get Isaiah 24. Isaiah 24, man, because the scriptures tell it all. All right. It says, Isaiah 24:4, it says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws. Right? Changed the ordinance, bro. And Esau has nothing to do with the laws of the scriptures, man. And that's why, the scriptures call Esau a hypocrite. All right, in Job, the 20th chapter. Okay, because they got nothing to do with the laws. All right, they changed the ordinances. They broken the everlasting covenant. Right, but the point is, the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Because this is Esau's kingdom. Right, because why? They have transgressed the laws. They don't honor the land Sabbath, man. Okay, they push out sodomy, bestiality. They push out everything that's pretty much contrary to what the scriptures push out. All right, and this is another reason why this devil's got to go, man. All right, all the adverts, all the food that's being sold, that's breaking our bodies down. You got all these lab meats that are created for Beyond Meat and that and whatever. Now they're talking about carbon emissions and that, and they want to reduce the human population, to pretty much get the carbon emissions down. Which that whole CO2 carbon emission thing, that's just a way for them to be able to take people out. That's just a way for them to introduce chaotic. It's a chaotic situation in itself, but them to introduce more draconian measures to take away more and more of your freedoms, man. Right? Oh, you can't drive that car because it emits too much pollution, or the CO2 emissions, or you can't eat this, or you can't eat that. And soon they want to stop you they want to ban you from eating meat. Because they're saying that you're producing too much CO2. It's gonna get to the point where it's gonna get so draconian out here, you ain't even gonna recognize where you're at, man. I'm talking about you people out there that don't really know what's going on. Okay, but guess what? Because of peace and safety, you're gonna want to go with it. Okay, that peace and safety is gonna come at a price, and the price is gonna be you being, having your so-called freedoms, man. Excuse me, I'm a little bit under the weather at the moment. All right, so this is Isaiah 10:1. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And what will you do? What will ye do in the day of visitation, and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will you flee for help? And where will you leave your glory?" And even starting with this word, the scriptures speak about in Habakkuk, shameful spewing is now upon Esau's glory, because all through the internet, man, all this stuff is coming out, exposing this devil and what he's really doing behind the scenes. All right, but the point is, what would you do in the day of visitation, man? Okay, when the Lord comes back, and that's why we need the Lord to come back. Okay, and he's coming back with flaming fire. Isaiah 66:15. All right, "For by fire and by a sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many." So this is what we need. We need Yahushua to come back and bring that cleansing agent, fire, that concentrated fire to really cleanse this place. And what's going to help do that also is the nuclear missiles, the nuclear destruction, which is known as the sword of the Lord in Isaiah 34. That's going to come down upon Idumea. Right? Idumea being the Greek way of saying Edom. Okay? So this is just another example as to why we need to get out of here, man. All right, lesions in your body, from your brain to your testicles. These microplastics. Like I said, you could just be sitting there. I'll put the kettle on live over here and eat. Put the kettle on. You know what I'm saying? And every cup of tea, you're taking in these microplastics, billions of them. All right, and then they're slicing up your organs, and you wouldn't even know it, man. People are just dying. People are dying. Okay, people are dying out here. And you go to the hospital, oh, we can't find out what's really wrong. There seems to be lesions in his, is he, you know what I'm saying? And then you don't even know why, or they won't be able to accurately diagnose why this is happening. Well, we're telling you why, because this man's the devil. There's not any form of life that hasn't been weaponized against us out here. All right, because this man is as deaf. All right, and since I said that, let me go ahead and get Habakkuk 2 now. All right, Habakkuk 2 and 5. In fact, let me start from 4. "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith." All right, so Esau's soul is lifted up, but he's not right, man. Okay, but the just, all right, which are us, the Israelites, those that believe in the Lord, right, starting with the elect, shall live by his faith. And that's why ultimately when Esau pushes out this chip, in order for peace and safety out here for these people, in order for them to be able to buy and sell, he's going to be deceiving them at the same time to getting chipped. All right, because if they want to be able to, feed their families and do this and go this place and go that place, then guess what? They're gonna take the chip, man. Just like they folded under the V, just like they folded under the jump shot, lining up to take the jump shot. But the just are gonna what? Live by what? Faith. Okay. Is it not written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out? Let me get that scripture. Okay. Because the disciples, was asking, has the Lord eaten anything? He must be hungry, Let me get Matthew 4. Oh, that was a different count. Well, this is a good one. Let me get Matthew 4 and 4. And this is when the tempter came to Yahushua, right? And he was fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. Right? Let me start from verse 3. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the son of Yahweh, command that these stones be made bread. Because Yahushua was hungry, right? Because he was on a fast. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahweh. Why? Because through this word we get comfort. Through this word we get stability. Through this word we get spiritual food. Which can actually translate into physical food. Because remember, the Lord said that my servant shall eat, but you shall be hungry. That's in Isaiah 65. Okay? When excuse me. When all hell breaks loose, and there's famines and that, and the supermarket shelves are empty, because that's gonna happen. All right, the scriptures tell you. Excuse me. Victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case, right? That's in 2 Ezra 16 and 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So right now it might seem that you can get things, you can buy and you can sell, you pretty much they're phasing out cash, but you can still kind of pay with cash in certain places, even though that's coming to an end now. All right, but people can get things at the moment. They're thinking themselves to be in a good case. But even then, the scriptures say, even then shall evils grow upon the earth. The sword, famine, and great confusion. All right, and that sword is being sharpened. All right, Esau, he's been sharpening that sword, man. He's got them drones, he's got them troops that he's going to send out, like them purge type scenarios to be taking people out. All right, but that's another lesson for another time. So let's go back to that Habakkuk. Habakkuk 2 and 5 now. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. What's that wine? His philosophies, his way of life that he pushes, all right, all throughout the earth, that these nations have drunk of, all right, and now they're erring in judgment, they're stumbling in judgment. Okay, they really live in, lives and have adopted the ways of Esau that promote death, right, that don't promote life. Okay, it says, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. So this man enlarges his desire as hell, man, and he is as death. Like, you got an individual that the Bible speaks of, or individuals that the Bible speaks of that represent death, right, on the earth. And this is the man who, who's pretty much currently got the power of the earth in his hand, right, and he cannot be satisfied, meaning nothing will satisfy this man. He has a bottomless pit desire, right? To pretty much destroy, right? It says, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. All right, so that's the point. He can't be satisfied. He is as death. All right, and this proves that, man. Something as simple as just drinking, drinking tea. And that's why if it's possible, it'd be better for you to even drink those like herbal teas, if you can, like green tea and stuff like that. with natural herbs, ginger, lemon, and you put your own things in there. You make your own tea and you just boil it, which I did that yesterday. I boiled it down, and obviously, like I said, I'm under the weather. It actually helped me, anti-inflammation properties that come with ginger and stuff. Whenever I'm sick, I always chew on a piece of ginger. Helps get that inflammation down in my throat instantly. So there are herbs that we can take, to keep certain symptoms that we're going through at bay. But this is about the whole tea thing. I just remember all these billions of from the brain to the testicles, you getting sliced up. Your organs are being sliced up. Okay. So this devil's got to go. All right. And I'm not just saying it just for the tea. All right. But this is just another example of why he has to go. All right. Let's get a couple more scriptures. Let's get Psalms 82 and verse 4. It says, "Deliver the poor and needy, rid them out of the hand of the wicked." Now, who's the wicked? Right? Esau, Edom. They are known as the borders of wickedness. No, what's that? Malachi 1 and 4. So no matter where you see an Edomite, that's where you're going to see wickedness. What does the scripture say? Where the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth. Okay. So wherever you see these devils at, that's why even going back to the Greeks, man, right? When you go into Maccabees, First Maccabees 1, let's see if I can pull that one up. First Maccabees 1 and 7, it says, so Alexander, this is dealing with Alexander the Creep. All right, and this was a particular Edomite at that time that was ruling, Alexander the Great, right? Son of Philip. All right, another devil. But dealing specifically with Alexander, right? And he said he reigned, the scripture says he reigned 12 years and then died. And his servants bare rule everyone in his place. But after, in fact, where is that? Oh, here we go. Yeah, and after this death, they all put crowns upon themselves. And so did their sons after them many years. Yeah, that was dealing with his kingdom after he died. It was left to his 4 generals. Okay, his kingdom was carved up, right? We had Ptolemy, Lacenaeus, Cassander, and Seleucus. Okay, and I think there was another one. I think there was Antigonus, but the main 4 is the first 4 that I just mentioned. Okay, it says and evils were multiplied in the earth. You see that? Okay, so did this. So it says after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves, and so did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth. So this evil is being multiplied in the earth. So you got to ask yourself, well, what changed? Well, yeah, these devils came into power. Alexander, then his 4 generals. And then with that, you're going to have evils multiplied in the earth. That's why I mentioned the scripture. This is when the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth. Because that's what this devil does, man. All right? Okay, when they multiply, you're just going to see more and more evils on the earth. All right. So let's go back to Psalms 82 and 4. Well, we read 4. Let's go to verse 5. It says, "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course." So everything is out of course because of this devil. All right. Because he's the one in rulership over the earth. All the foundations of the earth are out of course now. All right. Everything's done, okay? Yasad, all right, in the Hebrew, the root word for foundation, to fix, to establish, lay foundation, to found, establish, begin, right? To fix. Now, if you begin, see, if you build, if you build a house with a weak foundation, that house ain't gonna last long, all right? The scriptures even talk to you about that, about the parable of those that build their house upon a rock. That when it goes through tribulation, meaning, the flood came and beat upon the house, it don't fall because it's builded upon a rock. Which parabolically, who is that rock? That rock is Yahweh Shai. He's the chief cornerstone. So that's our foundation, man. All right, but Esau's foundation is pretty much like bootleg, like we had that show over here in the UK called Rogue Traders. where they just cut corners and they do work for people. They're like handymen. They do work for people, builders, construction, but they're like rogue traders. They overcharge people. They use shit. They use shit equipment. They cut corners. That's Esau. All right, and this is what he's about, man. His foundations, or the beginnings of his foundations, are full of shit. It says to fix or seat themselves close together, to sit in conclave, to be founded. That's pretty much to be laid, to be founded, to be laid. To hit the foundation that Esau lays is wickedness. All right, like we're literally living in the worst times ever. All right, to the fact that this devil that's in power, man, he's not got a righteous bone in his body, man. And you mean to tell me that we ain't oppressed? Seeing that we just want, righteousness on the earth. Like, see, we're coming back to our right minds in these last days, man. The Lord is putting us through all of this hell and having us see all of these things, like articles like this, right? Which serves to make us hate this place even more, especially when you're going through it, especially with your own body breaking down. You might have children you got to raise in this place where everything is polluted. All right, so this doesn't make us smile, man. All right, in fact, the scriptures speak about surely oppression making a wise man mad. Right? Was that Ecclesiastes chapter 7? Right? It says, and 2, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Right? So it's better to go to the house of mourning than the house of feasting, man. You got people, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and all that. Just have, and the Lord says he hates and he despises your feast days. There's nothing to really celebrate out here. Right? Like the scripture says, if anyone glory, let him glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me. And knowing the Lord is part of that the main part of that is to know his name and to know, what this word is all about. Right? To be understanding the true doctrine, the prophecies, what the Lord is about to do to the kingdom of the wicked. All right? That's knowing the Lord. So if we're going to glory, let us glory in the word. Let us glory in the fact that we have this truth, this wisdom, right? It says, sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. So you're really a fool, right? If you're all mirthed out, man, you're really a clown. You're an idiot. Right, if you think now's the time to be partying and bullshitting, man, you really don't understand what's going on. And you really don't understand what this devil's got planned. And here it is. While you're sipping your cup of tea, your organs are getting sliced up, man. You don't even really know what's going on. Manipulating your hormones for the food and the drinks that you be drinking. I mean, you don't even know what's really going on internally, man. If you really knew the depth of the wicked that this devil pushes out behind the scenes, come on, man. Like the scripture just said, for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, because this man is destroying everything. Okay? So there's nothing to really be happy about out here. There's nothing to really party and bullshit about. Revelation 11 and 18, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged. And that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and the saints to the Israelites, okay? So, ain't no other nation getting up in this, right? And them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. So those that are destroying the earth are going to be destroyed, all right? And the saints are the Israelites. When you go to Psalms 50 and 5, gather my saints unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice, or Psalms 148. All right, let's prove that one as well. Okay, Psalms 108 and 14. It says, he also exalteth the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the sons of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh. All right, so there you go, man. And the scriptures speak about the patience and the faith of the saints. Okay, and the word patience means to suffer. Okay. So those that are destroying the earth are going to be destroyed. And like I said, this is just an example that led me going into a, different thing, cursing out this devil. All right. Because that's how the spirit works. You might be speaking on a certain article and then you can pull many other things out off the back of it. You could land back off your own article, because there's so much things going on that this devil's got planned. Like if you was to go into every single one of them, you'd be here all day and all night. You'd be here for years, man. What's going on with this internet? There you go. All right, yeah, from the brain to the testicles, right? Microplastics are all up inside you. All right, so with that, man, look, I pray you were edified. Just a few scriptures backing up a couple of these articles here, and I pray it was edifying. And this is just another reason why we need to get out of this place, you know. Anyway, with that, man, I pray you were edified. Shalom to the hopeful elect.